was before now having a very functional airstrip owned by Shell, where dignitaries, equipment, oil personnel, oil workers, and personnel were airlifted from abroad to Oloibiri from 1958. It was a bustling town at that time. And the airstrip, as we are aware, was on the ground, a very big farmland stretching over 25 hectares of land, where the people's major occupation is farming. So the area has been concretized and used for the strip. Now that Shell is leaving the place and has left the place, it has remained desolate, it has remained abandoned. The farmers in the area cannot do anything with that piece of land. And considering the strategic position of Oloibiri in the oil industry, its proximity to the ocean in the Gulf of Guinea, with a lot of oil hubs, oil wells around the area, I feel that the place could still be useful to Nigeria if we convert that wasted land to an airstrip. If back in those days, 1956, 58, an airstrip could be constructed that served the purpose of the people, we can still do better today. For one thing, Bayelsa State has no very good airport. And so if that airstrip is converted as an Air Force base, it will serve the purpose of providing security in the area, even in pipeline surveillance. The Navy can still use it. The Army can use it. The Air Force people can use it to ensure that the security of the area is guaranteed, even in the Gulf of Guinea. Because from Oloibiri to the Atlantic Ocean, just about 30 minutes drive by a speed-moving boat. That's why I had to put in this motion so that that land would not be wasted. The owners of the land cannot even use it for any purpose. And so I feel that the best way to use that land is to make sure we use it as an airstrip by the Navy, by the Air Force. That is why I put in that motion. I want to be thankful to the senior president and all the members, my distinguished colleagues, for supporting my motion and passing it to be effected by the appropriate authorities. It's another area that has to do with host communities. Shell that was using that land for several years, after milking the place, abandoning the project, has left with a lot of questions to be answered about the utility of that soil. Shell is now divested, going offshore. So if that place is not used for this purpose, then are they going to transfer that one as a liability to the company that is buying over from Shell? So the best way to go is to make sure that that place is used as an Air Force base, since it was an airstrip before now. Senate is actually worried that even that area as you see it today, there's no good road in that place. There's no water to drink in that community. There's no light. In fact, it is desolate and it is another bush again. The place has been left worse than when Shell came in before, since the people cannot even farm. And so the best thing to do in that place is to use it as an airstrip by the Air Force base. Ladies and gentlemen, when that place is used for that, it will even help in the search operations of the Air Force. It will work against the resort to pipeline vandalization to work against the security of the area, towards the security of the area, and to improve the economy of the people and the economy of the nation. That is why that issue is raised. We are believing that when that is done, it will be beneficial to the country as a whole. The people in the area too will be happy that at least the bustling life of the people is returning. And I want to take this opportunity to call on the appropriate authorities and the federal government, even the companies that are living in that place, to contribute towards this. If Shell had used a place for a purpose like this, and it was the first oil well in the country, and it means the other companies too, that explore, even Ajip Oil Company, Yando and others, Total Energies, they are also gaining things from that exercise, from that experience. They should all contribute to this. NDDC and other organs should also contribute to this. NNPCL should also contribute to this, because this is where the hub of the industry, the oil industry, comes from. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is my presentation. It has been adopted by Senate. So I want all of you to give it the highest publicity so that the awareness will be generated. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Though Shell is leaving that land, they only divesting and are going offshore. They are still operating within the vicinity. And if there's an Air Force base in that place, like I mentioned before, from Oloibiri to the Atlantic Ocean, where the operation offshore, it's just about 30 minutes to drive. And so the Air Force base will still be useful to them. They can land from there, maybe by helicopter, quickly in the next 5 minutes get to where they want to go. To still help in the security of the equipment, security of the installations in that place. And like you said, my predecessors who came from that place, I told you that I was born from that area. I toddled on this heap of sand in that place. I schooled at Oloibiri. I lived in that vicinity. We rub the oil, we drink the oil, we, in fact, swim in the oil whenever there was pollution. So I am more concerned. And you are aware that all the plans for that place, the name of Oil Museum or Oil Research Center, have not taken place. And I believe that when that is done, even Shell too should know that whatever thing they do, Oloibiri as a community, as an area, the first oil well, the first place where oil was discovered, forms or serves as a monumental, historical place, historical monument to them and to Nigeria and the world. So it's not out of place to go back to that place and do something now, because it is still a type of historical issue. They will want to know that each time somebody wants to know about Shell, the establishment of Shell in Nigeria, the establishment of oil well, they can fly in there, even from abroad, get to that place and get the facts. It will serve as a type of tourist area, and people will get there and get educated. Thank you very much. We talk of oil-producing communities or oil-impacted communities. Almost every community in Bayelsa State is impacted or is oil-producing. And for the present governor, Governor Deidiri, what he has been trying to do is to work on 3 senatorial roads. And those senatorial roads emanate from Yenagua and open up in the Atlantic Ocean. It's a cost-effective project, and it actually involves a lot of billions of naira. He has taken the appropriate step to make sure that these roads cut across as many oil-producing places as possible. And when we open these roads to the Atlantic Ocean, it gives us the opportunity to tap from the blue economy of the ocean, the blue economy of the area, and it will now reflect on the economy of the country. So he is actually using that money, as far as I know. I was the chief of staff before I came to the Senate. So as far as I know, he's doing his best towards that direction. And when that is done, we know that it's going to be very beneficial to the state. The state is going to be one of the most buoyant states in the country. So while I cannot speak for other states, the one that I know in Bayelsa State, His Excellency is putting his best in this direction. But to produce 1 kilometer of road in Bayelsa State is enough to produce 10 kilometers of road in the other parts of the country. Because Bayelsa State as it is defined, is more deltaic than Delta State and more riverine than River State. And because of the swampy nature and the wisdom of God, God placed so much wealth, money, petrol dollar under the soil. What we are saying that what we are receiving is not adequate even enough to develop the area. So we need the federal government attention and the oil producing communities, companies that operate in the area. Thank you very much.